and these guys have absolutely seen what makes each other tick so far within the game. It's been a lot of Caitlyn coming out on both teams, a little bit of Lucian, a little bit of Twitch. So we'll have to see what they have for each other here, because it has been a big factor for the junglers, and I believe the top laners. Westrice and Rux have been having a huge impact on these games, with a bit of follow-up, obviously, from the supports of the AD carry and the bottom lane.
So the bans are a little different this game. They don't ban Soraka.
Yeah.
They first pick it for themselves. And also, Xin Zhao is not banned this game, which is in place of the Jax now. So no more split push TP, which had a lot of pressure on it. And now they're trying to split up the composition and make sure they don't have Twitch, which wasn't picked last game, but they think that his Caitlyn performance was not up to par, so they don't want him on the Twitch.
Very good point by I Will Dominate. The hyper carry is really what Mashmi needs to play. They've even Broken Shard, we keep recalling the videos, they put a lot of focus on Mashmi, saying, or Mash, he is one of the top players for that team, and he says it himself. So to hit that is definitely what needs to happen as we get into the later part of this series. Soraka being picked up because I think that Jax coming in as well with the Twitch left her open. Those two bans are our new ones.
Yeah. Curse Academy, they're taking a long time with this, trying to figure out what they're going to play against Soraka, but what they also want to take away from the other team.
Yep.
So priorities right now are probably, just the contested picks here. K1 Pro back onto his safety, and Rux back onto his Renekton for the third time in a row.
Interesting again. Dominate kind of just saying that Bubba Dub would be fantastic on Thresh. That's how he climbed in solo queue, but it goes over to Curse Academy. That's the lockup, Soraka being the pick that they wanted. We'll have to see what Broken Shard and probably come up with. Eve is left up, but so is Lee Sin as well. So is quite a few of the junglers that have been used recently.
He might go after Xin Zhao.
LeBlanc is still in the game. Xin Zhao is definitely still being up. Pat has a few games on that. Might see him pick it up.
That's true. So it looks like Westrice will go for the top lane Shyvana. Shyvana can be a jungler, but people have mixed feelings about that, and I agree with them. I feel like Shyvana is much better suited to the top, and the fact that she works against Renekton, and then picking up the Lucian for themselves. Robert had an amazing game on that as compared to the Caitlyn, so he's ready to lane bully again. He's ready to go for it.
Pentakill is good indeed. The quadra kill overall. The penta's given to him. However you feel about it.
It was an official penta. Get a little extra time.
That's what that was kind of, we were talking to Dominate about. Can they carry that momentum in, not get in their own heads, know that it's a good play, and it's just going to keep on flowing. And more than right, Dominate says they need a hyper carry, and they get one. Mashmi goes straight for Vayne in the pickup.
And now the question is, off of that, what does Duo Set get? Because if he goes Kayle again, that'll work with the Vayne.
Right.
But Kayle against Soraka is a strange matchup, and the real only thing that beats Soraka in lane currently, straight up, is an Orianna, because she just can't deal with the ball placement, distortion, just keeping her slowed. It's very hard to defend.
They could keep him safe, at least safe with a Lulu themselves, but still, that still makes it pretty difficult.
That's true. Lulu is still on the field.
Yeah.
Lulu on Vayne is very, very good. It's very hard to do.
A little bit of speed, a little bit of speed, a little bit of shield, a little bit of HP.
A lot of
ask for. Taster's choice.
You're saying all that to me, and I'm like, no, it just sounds disgusting on Vayne. She's already really, really good.
It does make it quite scary. And the Xin Zhao actually being locked in over here. Going on to Curse, or rather, compLexity.Black with Curse Academy now to pick something up.
It was banned every game so far, so Broken Shard finally gets it for himself. Has that offensive jungler who has the Feral Flame.
Yeah.
Xin Zhao is really good with that item because it's multiplicative on attack speed, so he has his Battle Cry, which will help him. Also, a lot of HP back from the on-hit of it and his W. Then the fact that he has good early game ganks feeds into the Feral Flare. Because most Feral Flare junglers right now have weak early game, and they look to just scale.
Just farm it up a little bit.
Exactly. And his clear is decent as well.
It's funny, usually when we're, not something that you guys can see, maybe someday when we delve into the lobby of the creation of the games, but the players will always chat about what they're playing, and I remember seeing a week or so ago that Shifter was like, guys, Xin Zhao in the jungle is fun, and he was playing the heck out of it in solo queue, because Shifter just loves to play everything. But yeah, it is very formidable in the jungle, and it's been scaring quite a few people.
You called it.
Oh, the Lulu.
It's the Lulu.
Go figure.
Were you listening to the lobby?
I was looking at the lobby.
Duo Sex, like, I love playing Lulu with Vayne.
So that's going to be a great pickup. A little bit of safety. Obviously, it's going to be the kind of the wish and the heal versus the wild growth. Who's going to be better? Who's going to be more well-timed?
Yeah, these are the
both are sticking health.
Utility mid laners that wave clear really well.
Yeah.
And the thing with Soraka is nobody really matches her wave clear at level 1 because you just spam the Q, clear one wave, spam the Q again, clear wave 2, come back with potions and wards, just protect your lane, and you won't lose it from that point.
You know, something we actually talked about before the matches today when we were upstairs with that is we thought both of these teams, since they're so unorthodox in the early game, instead of just going for the 2v1s, that we'd see some crazy level 1 invades. And we might now that they have pulled the Soraka out. There's not much super crowd control to follow up with it, or hard CC, if you will. But we may start to get, now they're trying to trip the advantage of Game 3. It would be very helpful if you could do it super early in these games. Because we've seen both games so far, each team has had a small advantage that they lost.
Yeah.
So.
And Dominate was saying that the best way to come into best of 5s is to just erase the last game from your brain, move forward, and like you said before the break, it's like, oh, we're in a best of 3 now. Because it just evened up 1-1 in a best of 5.
Right.
Might as well treat it this way. That's a blank record. Just go straight in. Go ham.
You can think that when game 4 or 5 comes in and you're like,
uh-oh. You've been playing for like 4 hours straight.
Yeah.
On a competitive level, it's very mentally and physically taxing on you. Your mechanics will go down. Your decision-making is going to take a toll as well.
Yep.
So best of 5s are difficult.
Hey, training for the LCS.
Yes, that's exactly what you have to do.
And that's what, like we said before, some of these teams have those, some of these teams, both of these teams have LCS players on them previously. We have Probably for compLexity.Black. On the other side as well, Broken Shard as well. Can't forget Broken Shard from EU. Mashme doing what he can for the team, and that's really the one we're looking at. Rux played with Curse as a support as well in the LCS, so these guys have definitely felt the pressure of the big-time stage. And you know what? They are so hungry for it. Again, this is why we're getting such awesome games. Now into Game 3 of the best of 5, we're getting the 1 invades, Irene.
Woo!
Oh, yeah.
Pat was dancing. He didn't think anything was going to happen, too. Caught with his dancing shoes on, his pants down. He's just getting ready for the ball.
Oh, now they're going to back. Thanks, guys. All the interesting just fizzled away.
They go to ward it, so that does give them information.
Yes, it does. A little bit upper hand there. Something they need. Curse Academy. Looks like they want a little bit of the same, though.
But here's the thing. Curse Academy thinks that...
They're just deep.
Yeah, that compLexity.Black will double back through the jungle this way and come across, and then they'll be like, all right, we're behind you, and like catch them out.
So far, they're playing it right.
Yeah, they're just sitting there because they don't have vision of their own jungle. It's too dangerous to check. Now we're gonna have to see how this works out.
Oh man, I like it. What's gonna be happening on this one? Oh no, they're getting too antsy.
Oh, Rux.
If they're not back by 130, everybody run. Oh wait, they're back. Still waiting on this one. Looks like Curse Academy still wants positioning on whatever they were doing. They don't get the early kills that they want, but they are trying to multitask. They're trying to play compLexity.Black at their own game of invasion here, and if they would have waited a little bit longer, seems like double homework on both sides just happened. They're like, they're going to cat and mouse us here, so we should cat and mouse them back.
Early pink ward coming out, placed in that bush. They're going to be able to see Broken Shard's jungle route if he comes by there. And the TP for Westrice again. He's not looking to kill in lane. He's looking to scale. All games, every game.
Probably getting that push on. And Duosec will be into the turret quite easy. See, Pat's going to end up on the top side, and the 2v1s begin as well. Buddy system happening out in the jungle. Duosec throws over. Oh!
He got it!
Very nicely done, sir. Duosec grabbing a gritter lance.
That's big.
Big Wraith. Hard to say.
That's really big. He ended up getting himself level 2 a little earlier.
I was just about to say that's huge.
And he also denied the experience from Broken Shard and Westrice, so they aren't level 2 either on both of them.
Hey, man, it's the little things.
Yeah, so they'll get level 2 off of this Golem, and then they'll probably go top. And the fact that they were invading means that there was nothing for Rux to clear in the top lane. So he's got 0 CS, whereas most top laners will be like, all right, let's go get a jungle camp really quickly. Here's K1 Pro.
Yeah, we do have K1 Pro in the top lane. I was wondering, just figuring out where he would be going. But it looks like he'll stay up in the top lane. They feel like Mashme, he's going to soak up a lot of experience. Although they're waiting for him till the end game, this is different.
Oh, it's Vayne. If he free farms, that's good for them. Curse Academy.
Academy is slowing. This is like the first switch on the 2v1 we've
going
seen.
back, Pat.
compLexity.Black puts everybody up top. They're wasting quite a bit. He should go back to the turret now. On to Broken Shard. He has turret safety. Pat gets himself safe. compLexity.Black is not getting damage on the turret. And this is going to super farm up MashMe in the bottom lane. compLexity.Black is putting a halt on the old 2v1.
And he's good enough that if you just leave him to his own devices, he's one of those guys who will make a custom game, be like, all right, I got perfect CS at 10 minutes. He can do that on a Vayne, no problem. 22 at 4 minutes, he's ready to go.
I said compLexity.Black was putting a halt on this. Meant to say Curse. They're actually playing it really well. And we see 22 to 16, so it's not a huge advantage in terms of CS, but the experience that he's soaking up in the solo lane will be very nice if they can get to some fights within the next 10-15 minutes. Got a long way to go, though, and so far, I like what I'm seeing. An interesting Game 3. West Rice getting himself back to the lane.
Ooh, 2 to 4.
Yep. This could... MashMe's not going to be to do too much attack on him, but he will get every shot that he needs on the turret, dodging out any flame breath. So, more than happy in this lane right now.
No turrets going down just yet on either side. So there's a good rotation there by Curse Academy to stop the 4-man push and to put just a wrench in the wheel of the buddy system here. But Robert's caught.
Fog of War grab, nice Lantern. The Black Shield really stopped a lot of the crowd control that would have kept Robert in a bad situation. Call the Meek with the double on.
He's got the movement speed.
Bubba stays alive. A sliver of health as he limps away from the fight.
It's the heal plus the movement speed from that summoner spell that Robert X. Lee just used on Bubba Dub. Support getting saved by the ADC.
I gotta give credit to Robert X. Lee. He did it last game as well, with a relentless pursuit. I believe that or a flash and then into a heal. He remembers to play a healing support role while he's still trying to shoot people in the face. Multitasking at its best. But right now, he definitely needs to play
Broken Shard
the
in the back,
I need to get out roll. A ward that's already placed through forces the flash onto Broken Shard, and they stave off what could have been a very bad counter gank. I guess good in the way of compLexity.Black.
Yeah, bad for Curse Academy.
Indeed.
But they come up even on it.
Ooh.
Gold is even too. Now probably.
Look at this matchup.
Back and forth. He's got the CS advantage. Just heal himself. But he'll probably return with something like a Doran's.
It's not super easy to last hit at a turret with Soraka either.
No,
you can hit everything, but you're not going to hit it in the way you want it. And you can see Duosec making very good use of him being pushed into the turret. Probably keeps taking Glitter Lance after Glitter Lance. Bottom lane, MashMe still single farming. Gotta figure out how this will go. Robert X. Lee and the rest of the team figure it's okay. He's only up about 14 CS, but once Vayne gets all the items that she needs, any fight becomes his. He's got the wild growth. We talked about the safety his team can give him. He's got double shield from Thresh.
And something that people forget about wild growth is that it isn't just the HP. Everybody in that little area around him is slowed. So when you get face contact with Vayne, he'll just tumble away after slowing you for a little while. So you can't stick to her. You need the CC.
Play to the bottom lane now. We'll see if K1 Pro can fix himself into the right spot. Robert X. Lee is hugging the left side of the minions. Very well played. His positioning is smart for no knowledge of the lane. And we'll see him just get quick Lightbringer off.
6 to 4
too much
in levels.
Yeah.
It's not where you want to be against a Vayne. As a Lucian, who's supposed to bully her in lane, he got none of that. They just let MashMe farm. Full confidence in his ability to carry the game.
Probably still keeping up in CS, although he's getting pushed into the turret a bit. 46 to 38 in the mid lane. West Rice makes it back as he's getting lane cut by Rux right now. Just denying that minion wave to get to the turret. So West Rice is forced to farm under that turret damage. Pat with a little bit of roam. Curse Academy, they did this early last time. They started getting their wards out, and it really helped them out.
Now in the middle lane, probably he's just warding up, making sure that he's fine. Broken Shard, he's going for that Madreds. He's looking for the Wriggles Lantern into the Feral Flare eventually. We'll have to see how much he counter jungles, because that'll accelerate the pace of it. And slow down Elise as well.
Rux loving to get himself a pink ward. Always places it knowing that, why not? Buy one ward, I'll be good to go. I have my trinket if they kill that, and I'll bide time until my jungler can get here to help me if things go bad. But when things go right, Dragon's able to be picked up. 8 minutes in here, Curse Academy, as they have been. The first dragon has been theirs. Whether it's somebody else fighting it that have to steal it, or they just right out take it. And they just did that.
Dragon control early has been really good every game that I've seen them play. Their early game is phenomenal. compLexity.Black have a really good early game too, and they both kind of mimic each other in that sense. was actually a really interesting matchup all throughout. But the reason that they couldn't contest that is because Robert X. Lee is a level down on Mashmi, who's just been farming astronomically, and he came back with a Bilgewater Cutlass. So he had more combat stats during that fight. If you were to fight in a 4-on-4, they would have been decimated and given up the early game. So not contesting is very smart by compLexity.Black.
Yep. Now seeing Mashmi in the bottom lane, hitting 7, doing well for himself. Within the previous games, they definitely didn't put as much focus on Mashmi's super carry. Within the games of VVV, he played Lucian twice. Saw him play Graves just yesterday as well, but now the team realizes it's a hyper carry that he needs. They really need to focus on him getting going in these games.
Blue buff mid lane on both of them. Constant star calls, constant heals. Soraka's just ridiculous. Like,
lots of glitter and love coming from that lane.
Glitter and stars.
Making the sky fall. We'll see who can make it fall harder. Wild Growth is up, and
Westrice is going onto Rux, but Pat is here.
Broken Shards down towards the bottom side of the map, so Westrice doing all that he can to get himself out. Dragon's Descent to get just a little farther away. Able to get the burnout on. Ooh, that's going to be the burner red buff, taking him down.
Nice auto attack range there.
Yeah.
The flash being used, but now Broken Shard. He's kind of like, okay, Pat's top might be Dragon time, and it's gone.
And yep.
Gets the timer on it.
A little sad face.
Make sure that it's not there.
Felt like I could seal Shin Zhao frown.
And now at the top lane, Pat's going to get this turret just because of that great gank. Oh, no. TP coming in.
There we go. Westrice's TP coming into play on this. We'll be able to get a good push on the lane that Rux will happily farm in. Bottom lane aggression. It's like, wow. Kind of a miscommunicated aggression from both teams there. Nobody coming out really on top of that one. A damage trade to both sides. Ooh, get a little bit of jungle intervention here. Broken Shot on the other side. He's not even looking.
Hello.
Oh, hello. How you doing? They decide to go toe-to-toe for just a few seconds. The knockup slows Pat, but he does have the frenzy on. Makes sure he gets towards the wall. The flash over comes in huge. They are going to have Westrice, but right on his heels is Rux. Pat flashes out of the fight on this one. Duosec not in a good spot. Gets the Glitter Lance slowed down and probably looks to be going down here. Flash to save himself. Westrice. Oh, he could be the death. Carrying the Glitter Lance to its objective and almost takes down Prolly.
Now Broken Shard, because Elias is just better in the early game. The spiders are incredible. The percent HP damage and shred. Just dueling her straight up as a Xin Zhao with Madrids is not that easy. The Feral Flare scaling is what he really relies on there. And also the fact that Wild Growth got there very early. We saw the flash come out from Duosec. That helped that.
Very nicely predicted by that on K1 Pro. Throwing the hook closer to himself, figuring that Robert X. Lee would try to dodge that way. A little bit of mind game being played here as Curse Academy. When you have your opponent up against the turret, they will do different things. You can just keep getting in their head. Westrice looks like he's safe, but Rux will have this turret in no time, and that's going to be a little bit of gold for him, and 66 to 68. Pretty even lane with everything that's happened up here.
Yeah, and the Renekton pick means that nobody has to babysit Rux. Nobody has to really take care of him. He will win lane just from being Renekton. So the focus of Pat can be on other lanes and shutting down Broken Shard and not letting him into the lanes.
Yeah, that 3-talent strike coming up big. Hoping to take down a ward right fast. A little bit of play. The cocoon comes out. Bubba Dub getting hatched out. It looks like they may want this fight. He puts himself in range for a nice soul shackle outside the box. Robert X. Lee, a little too much in danger, goes for the fadeaway calling and cannot find it. Bubba Dub missing out on that crescent slash. Couldn't get the dark binding to hit, but they do get the rest of the team to safety. Good play by Curse.
And Curse 3-0 right now, 3K gold advantage. And every time somebody establishes a 3K gold advantage, every game, it's much sooner than the last. These teams are just figuring each other out and just swapping sides at this point.
And this is working out great for Curse. With this victory they had here, with nothing going on in the mid lane, they were actually delivered a kill. So Duosec has had some fun, and he didn't even have to leave lane. So it's just kind of falling in their favor right now. 13 minutes in. See the Athene's Unholy Grail already finished. Forward map pressure on the bottom half of the map as well as Curse's. And they're ready to fight as well as deny experience still.
Yeah, Duosec's kill probably is fine. I don't think it came from him. I think is that with older?
Well, he get a little advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I was like, what's going on? But speaking of this, Rux is... Westrice is just going straight at him. Yeah, but like you were saying, Duosec, now that he has that kill, he has that advantage in lane.
Right.
So he doesn't need help, yeah. Sorry, my brain was just...
It's all good.
My brain's fried.
It's just everything is working out for Curse Academy right now. And you can see a little bit of control coming across the map from Bubba. He gets himself back from a very sticky situation in the bottom lane to get ward coverage. You see now that's Robert Exley farming safely in the bottom of the map. And blue buff now. There it is. They're just waiting for the star.
I don't want to walk around. I want to just... I want to stay here. And, okay, there we go.
It's going to take a while for the stars to get there. I mean,
yeah.
It's like 3 to 8 minutes for a ray of sunlight. It takes a while for a star to travel.
Sometimes those stars are already dead by the time you see them.
That's true.
See the light of dead stars.
Time travel is possible, I swear. 20,000 gold on the board to 17,000. Still, when Curse Academy had a 3,000 gold lead, it tipped back in favor of compLexity.Black. If they can hold this one and come up strong,
the TP.
Teleport comes in, calling from the side. They're able to slightly walk out of that with Robert Exley's position against the wall. Mashmi's inside the pit, but nobody's really focusing him. Only able to get a few shots off here and there. The effective DPS of the 80 carries not really coming through as they're forced to run around. Westrice just living, flashes away from the last glitter lance as he grits his teeth, and they are going to be on somewhat of a chase. Broken Shard looking for the audacious hit here onto Mash, but he don't think he's going to find it. As they say, let's push mid. We have that advantage.
And up top, Rux has just been pushing this entire time, not dealing with the teleport. He has the Hydra, so the waves were cleared extremely quickly, and now he's going for damage on the turret.
Slowly but surely, he will find Westrice here. The teleport by Westrice was used in that last fight, so he's got to walk it out to wherever he wants to go. A great pickup, I should say, coming in for compLexity.Black there. We're going to have to see the pressure now start to come from all the lanes. With the Dragon being down, everybody's going to pretty much just have to go toe-to-toe as such.
Westrice versus Rux in this top lane, just the bruisers back and forth.
Oh,
and now probably, Soraka has no escapes.
I like it. I like, oh!
In the wall!
He tried to put the minions in between him and K1 Pro and then totally forgot about Condemn and walls are bad.
Run away from the hook.
You try to do everything you can, but on the other end, look before you leap. So many fights going on. Like I said, the toe-to-toe is coming out very nicely. Curse Academy working the advantage here to pressure down in mid lane. Robert Exley bringing all the light, trying to farm out the waves. But Curse doing a very nice job. Map rotation as a team, turrets as a team.
That turret was very low from Rux's efforts, so they go ahead and pick it up with a great rotation after getting the middle and picking up Prawley as well. So this Soraka excels in pushing the lane in a very early game and then not being able to shove her out and then transitioning into team fights and keeping somebody alive. Now, Broken Shard at the same time, he needs to get his Feral Flare so he can be relevant in these team fights, because right now he's walking in with just a little bit more attack speed, and that's basically it in terms of combat stats, give or take a little bit of armor magic resistance. So we're going to have to see what he can do. And it's funny because these are two champions that have been banned previous 2 games, and they're not coming up big so far.
A lot of pink wards coming out for Curse Academy. 3 to be exact in the inventories. We already see 1 laid down in that bottom lane. Mash was being quite safe, making sure he could always get out of a situation and see his attackers from the escape or the engage. Probably slowly using stale bananas to take down the Wraith.
Stale bananas.
Stale bananas. Hey man, when you can.
Do they just get rotten or stale?
Well, when you can use them, they're +1 damage, obviously, because they're stale. So it just helps.
Throwing rotten bananas at people too, they're all mushed.
That's true. Maybe they wouldn't be +1 because they're mushy.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
He wants those Feral Flare stacks. He's at 17.
He is.
At 17
he has been farming quite a bit. We saw when Broken Shard was not able to put down a lot of pressure as Eve. That's when Curse Academy came back, and not being able to put down a lot of pressure as Xin. Also having an effect this game. Bubba now trying to do what he can. The Soul Shackle very nicely on. Duosec gets a great wild growth and then a flash to safety. Robert with a very hard follow in this fight. Relentless pursuit and flash after he got over the wall, leaving 0 escape for himself. Westrice coming in with a wish heal. Off of Prawley, but Pat from the left side actually says, I'll save you. Wait, this might have been a bad idea. Westrice now to run himself out. Rux saying, let's go, bro. Westrice now going to be in the 2v1 situation with Prawley. K1 Pro with the Lantern toss and the Thresh Express to safety. What a fight, still going the long haul.
And it looked like it was going to be in Curse Academy's favor, but Mashmi was down bottom the entire time, so it was a 4-on-5. just shoving it out. And that last moment there where Westrice was still kiting, it looked like he wanted to turn it. You could see it, but he's waiting for the heal of Probably to come back up so he could give him the Astral Blessing. We're going to take another look at it here. Broken Shard plays this really well. He goes ahead, and then he uses his Crescent Sweep, flashes over the box, because they can see him with the ward in the bush. And now they lock it up. So now it's really a 4-on-4. The lockup from Bubba Dub only gets Duosec at the same time that he uses his Wild Growth. So they try to get him down there, and now Robert Exley is extended right into the claws of...
Yeah.
And oh my gosh.
Match me.
1-2.
2v1 outplay. Oh, he knew he had it.
Going
Once
for 2.
the Dark Binding missed, won't be a problem. He's got the passive. He will be able to chase with that extra movement speed, and Mash Me comes up very big. Something when it's not even a guard letdown. It's just you aren't considering everything that's happening on the map, and somebody took advantage.
And I'm thinking back to Champion Select and the way these past 2 games have gone.
Yeah.
2v1s. Almost every game, at least some turrets are going down. They say, all right, we'll pick Vayne. If you 2v1 us, we'll just let her free farm, and then we'll send our support to that top lane and try to hold it that way. That's exactly what they did. They held that top turret. It is still standing. That top tier 1 turret.
Yep.
And then Mash Me.
Mash Me.
Big. He is, yeah, you're right. He's still standing. And he's got the most CS in the game. He's just been going ham, getting those numbers, making sure that he can carry this game. He just 2v1 in the duration of the stun of Condemn.
It's interesting. The most pushed lane of Lulu is the first turret to go down. No, I'm just kidding. Just the way the game has played out. But you're right. Those turrets stand in really a different early game than what we would see to the 2v1. Finally, you know, someone either kept the jungler out or put the jungler in. Curse was able to just put another person top. That was the support along with the jungler. Can't believe they didn't take the turret down. compLexity.Black was definitely hoping to get an advantage off of that, and Curse has been riding that since this early part of the game. Now looking to get another few thousand gold on the lead. It's going to be a nice dragon takedown for them, and we are going to see a 7,000 gold lead coming in game 3.
You can see that Mash Me is actually maxing Silver Bolts first. But Westrice, he's going after Rux with the flash coming out. So yeah, they pick up a dragon for themselves on Curse Academy. The dragon control all throughout every series has actually been really good for them, even the games that they've lost. So getting that extra gold, so when they're behind, they're actually even. And then when they're even, they're actually ahead. So they're just coming up big for themselves with just that contesting of the objective.
And Dominate was saying if you can get Mash Me back on that hyper carry, which is bound to happen. If you're going to ban out Twitch and then Vayne and then Tristana, maybe if you were to play it. The fight getting engaged here, though.
Oh, Probably's in the middle of this. He has no heal.
Curse Academy not liking the lull in the game, and they want to try to get a fight on. Bubba Dub is going to walk right into this one, but compLexity.Black has already taken control in the fight.
Mashme's coming in for the back.
A little too close. Mash Me is very, very close on this with Robert in his eyes, but he will have to peel off himself. Too many Curse members fall. They do finally find that top turret after knowing it didn't go down earlier, and they have quite a bit of gold to pick up on the map if they want to continue. We have to remember that this is all going to be soaked up by them, and they have a few items to be created as they're only sitting on the pieces, so I'd be surprised if they don't come back with items that allow them to win fights.
It was a 3-for-1 on the overall, and now just the bottom duo lane is left, and Mashme was trying to come in from the side, and this is just that same spot where they went Vayne for TSM.
Oh my gosh. Mash Me trying to do what he can. Very nice kiting. Gets the tumble, gets the lantern, but they pull back into him. Mash Me may not be out of trouble just yet.
Culling.
He's forced to flash. The culling, can he scrape it across the side without vision? And Mash Me did actually take a hit on the culling, but he lives to tell it.
It was so close, and that is not a place you want to be as a Vayne. It happened last time with Double Lift in that TSM game where they all called him out. It's just so easy to get on it and come over the wall.
Oh no, the Glitter Lance chase. It's not a blue buff on Duosec, but it is the blue buff that he wants. Can they get that? Very nice Baron damage. It's going to be a few more hits for him to get it. So Duosec not getting the blue buff that he wanted right there. There was so much in his eyes. And Curse Academy is just going to be forced to hang out now. 4,000 gold lead. We just said that was about 7, Cyrene. Yep. Big moves coming in.
Coming back into it.
Yep.
With that nice 3-for-1 exchange, just getting Broken Shard down. Now, or actually Probably ended up killing Probly in that one. And now we'll have to see. They're looking at the Baron. And now Westrice is down bottom. He has teleport available to him, and they're making Mash Me hold the middle, even though he's the best Baron killer right now.
The hook,
It's a bait.
Just off to the side. A lot of people pulled off on that, and it is enough time for the rest of the team to get here. Baron is not that low yet. Broken Shard's very close to the team, and he is not going to be able to do too much. The Crescent Slash, rather, not able to get the team in range for compLexity.Black. The miscommunication there, I thought they would be closer, but now they're still trying to jockey position for the Dragon. Reassessing the fight, they realize they have wards that are giving too much vision to Curse Academy. They clear that out and start to back off. So it looks like just losing Broken Shard on what almost looked like a nice engagement is going to have both teams deterred from the Dragon.
Yeah, he got the wish from Prawley.
Right.
He used his Crescent Sweep to end up getting himself a lot of magic resistance and armor, because per person you hit, it's going to give you more. So he hit everybody. So he's very durable for those last couple of seconds. Now they're going for this middle turret, but they're being collapsed on here. Mashme, they know he's not there, though. So they might try to turn this around.
Pretty hesitant play on that one, with especially seeing at least that Westrice is in the top lane. Rux didn't want to go in on that fight. Maybe too many summoners down. Seems like Curse Academy is not playing scared, but a little too careful for their own good.
And Mashme's not afraid. He's high level. He's 14, highest in the game. He's ready to take on Westrice. He doesn't care.
So too much scared for their own good. They were just waiting for the full team to be together. They are still ready and raring to go here, putting down the pressure on the blue buff. Pick that one up. Curse Academy does not want Game 3 to go anywhere but in their hands. This best-of-5 series for the 3rd place match here in the Challenger Series.
And that's huge, because there are 4 teams in this competition, only 3 spots, and this is the determining game. Winner of this gets to go to the LCS promotion/relegation match.
Yep.
Whereas loser, you have to compete in another whole series of Challenger.
Both teams very hungry for the first result, wanting that chance to get themselves into the LCS. They have, I don't know, worked so hard to do this with a team that aren't in gaming house like the LCS teams. Guys that have to come together. We've heard that it's been harder for some Challenger teams to get those practices in, but these guys persevering through any of those trials and tribulations and really come together as a 5 on both sides. compLexity.Black here in Curse Academy in the 3rd place match for a reason, trying to get themselves into the LCS. They fought here, and it's not going to be their last chance to do it. They want this to be the win.
Of course, we are going to at least have another game after this, despite who wins.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, not the last chance, but this one would be a good win. 2 Randuins just on the horizon for compLexity.Black. Their fight prowess coming a little bit more into light now. We do see that as High did it, as I guess the Sorakas will do it from the solo queue. You go for that Rylai's next, you just be a menace, and you facilitate more fight for your team.
Yeah, and the fact that they also are going to complete those Randuins is for that vein for Mashme. And that camp right there is going to give Broken Shard his Feral Flare right there. Took a second to transfer over. And now he's getting focused down, but he's going back in.
Oh, man. Getting the Feral.
Oh, there's so many heals.
So many heals coming out. The Mikhail's also uses. That has been finished. Crowley now doesn't have any safety for himself. Helping to get out and using everything has maybe cost them a lot here in this fight. That is going to be 2 down and a 40-second death timer on the side of compLexity.Black, and Curse Academy may be pinging big on this one, but it looks like they are just going to focus down this mid wave. No, they are going to go for it.
Mashme is just way too strong right now. And the fact that it's Vayne with the Blade of the Ruined King does a lot of percent HP to Baron, it'll be shredded very quickly.
Great plays coming up. Mashme also has a blue buff for himself, keeping himself safe. He can just dance around these fights with tumbles, and K1 Pro, he's going to easily be able to do what he needs.
Broken Shard's still in here. He's
gotta
low
watch out.
HP.
Those are good shots coming in. Bubadub able to help get a kill. Mashme, you can just see him back and forth, trying to get the steps in, trying to get his tumbles in, getting all the shots to kill out onto Bubadub. And it looks like they're going to have a good push in mid here. They do now have Prawley and Westrice back up, or rather Broken Shard, that is. We'll see where they can go. Bottom looks like it's going to be the focus, with Baron down the map being objective free. The turrets are looking pretty good for Curse Academy.
Yeah, it's Curse Academy. They could go for a push or the Dragon. That's all that's really left on the map for them. Yeah, and Pat's going to go do that. Mashme's going to go find himself more farm. He's just super brave right now. He's like, if I find somebody, I can 1v1 them. I can probably 2v1 right now, considering how much gold he has. 3-0-4, stronger than anybody. He's lost his CS advantage over to Robert Exley by just a small margin. But, man, Vayne's scaling is just crazy.
And those kills he's been getting as well, keeping him on top.
And he's really good on that too. Hashtag Vayne mechanics for MashMe.
He's been rocking it. They said, I Will Dominate said he needed that hyper carry, so he got it, and so goes the game in favor of Curse Academy so far. It's only our third matchup, though, in this best of 5. Got to keep reminding everyone that compLexity.Black was really able to come out with a strong game last game, but now it seems like Curse has just kind of found their way under the skin of compLexity.Black in every necessary instance that'll really give him an advantage.
Yeah. And I feel like the hyper carry is really good against the newly adopted buddy system strategy that compLexity.Black have come out with, where because he can just solo farm for the early game. And what are most hyper carries' weaknesses? It's that early game where you're going to get bullied by a Lucian, bullied by a Caitlyn. And it's like, oh, well, we're going to have Vayne free farm.
Free farm indeed. It sounds like a silly thing when you say it now. Vayne free farm this whole game. It probably should have been stopped. And right now, that is proving to be what needed to happen. Shots coming out now. MashMe on the outside. Nobody's even focusing. This is all a retreat from compLexity.Black. And it may be all she wrote here as Curse Academy coming very strong on this fight, Zyrene. A double kill for MashMe. Could have been a triple kill, but it's Duosec who picks that one up. And it looks like the inhibitor turret will go down. This is the first one, and now our fastest game, which means Curse Academy has been fueling this the entire time, and we're ready for a final push.
Yep, they're going to go straight for it. 4 men of compLexity.Black down. This turret, the attack speed from Vayne, it's going to take this 2-1 in favor of Curse Academy, who is just putting up a great fight with objective control all series long.
2-1 indeed. The Nexus turret not falling just yet. The focus of MashMe is on the eye of the victory, however, as the Nexus turret goes down along with the Nexus just over 30 minutes in the game. Game 3 goes to Curse Academy.
Game 1, MashMe. Game 2, Robert X. Lee. Game 3, MashMe. Game 4, maybe it'll be Robert X. Lee again, but they keep swapping back and forth. No deaths there for MashMe. Game 2, no deaths for Robert. They keep going back and forth. Both have the potential to carry the game on their back, but its question is, can that early game facilitate that? Can their team set them up for that?
I am pretty excited because the games, they're not super coming down to 80 carries carrying with 10 kills, but that was one of them. We did get that old 80 carries being the one to really have an impact on the game of what was going on. A pentakill from Robert X. Lee in the other game, and now MashMe coming up big with a solo lane Vayne. Not solo lane, they let him free farm in a solo lane.
It really was a solo lane because nobody was against him.
It became one, yeah.
It was like, I'm by myself. There's literally, I don't have an opponent. As soon as Lucian got there, actually Westrice got there, and it was level 4 Vayne to level 2 Shyvana.
Yeah.
And then when they swapped Lucian in, it was level 6 Vayne to level 4 Lucian, which means that Lucian has no more pressure in the lane, which is what Lucian's all about, is that early game pressure and the wave clear in the late game.